Yo, welcome back. Another review, another time. Let's get it. All right, so I just finished Demolition Man. Okay, I don't know why I decided to watch this movie. I never watched the movie before. Um, Honestly, great movie. At first, I was so taken aback because like in the beginning of the movie, they had like, obviously the setup, and it was like talking regular, and then once they got to the future, they started talking weirdly, and I was like, is this, is this, am I like, what's going on, right? And I didn't realize it was because it was in the future. So like there's just talking. That's just how they talk in the future, right? And it was like kind of weird. It was like that's cool. I like that little detail. They didn't have to add that detail, but they did anyway, and I really appreciated that. Sylvester Stallone, goated, obviously, love his roles. Um, Sandra Bullock, man, look, let me say, Sandra Bullock, Sandra Bullock, man, I'm not gonna lie. She made me feel. This movie made me feel a type of way about her. I don't know why. I always liked Sandra, but god damn, this movie made. Bro, she looks fucking gorgeous in this movie. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't. Maybe I haven't watched her in a movie in a while. But every time I watched her in a movie before, and when I like in the past, like she just looks amazing. In this movie, she just looks like wow. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like wow, Sandra. I did not realize how fucking gorgeous you are. Was that weird to say? I don't know. Anyway, um, other than that, her character was pretty cool. I like her character. It was pretty much like she was just a fan. It's kind of coincidental that she was a fan of the 20th century, which is where Stallone's character came from and all that stuff. Mm. Which is cool, you know. Um, there's this cast was kind of stacked. I was like, I've seen these people in other movies before. What the, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, this is like one of the movies where they started in. This is crazy. I didn't even. Wow, interesting. But yeah, over the story. Let's talk about the story. The story is really cool. I like the idea of the story because it's kind of like, obviously his nickname is Demolition Man because every time he does a mission, he destroys things and stuff like that. But honestly, like it's cool because it's a very specific situation where his skill set was very specific and useful to the situation toward in the movie, right? He demolished society. That's how strong his demolition abilities are. Like he doesn't have any powers, but like the fact that he just is so abrasive and so like just he will do any and everything to get the job done. Is interesting. Honestly, and it's cool. It's cool to see, man. They name dropped Jeffrey Dahmer because he was one of the prisoners that was like cryo something, that was like cryo locked or whatever, and it's interesting, and it makes me think because like makes me think about the idea of people doing that, of like the government doing that in real life, and it's like putting people in cryo sleep, like I don't know. It's an interesting idea, but like they'll be awake the whole time. You know how fucking crazy that. You know how. Well, you like some people. I don't know how. Like I don't know the mental like you know toll it would take on. It would take a lot. It would take a. It's like basically being stuck in space for a certain amount of years, right? Can't do nothing. Frozen. You know. You just stuck, and it's like you can't move, right? Like, what if you got an itch? Like, oh my, bruh. What if you got an itch? What if you're in the frozen chamber and you got and you're itching and you can't itch it because you can't move? Fuck that, man. Oh my god, that would. I don't even know if you even feel an itch at that point because you're frozen, right? But I mean, because scientifically, it doesn't really make that much sense. because technically, if you were to freeze somebody like that, like they wouldn't survive the process. They wouldn't last that long. They wouldn't last more than a day, probably. Like realistically, right? You would have to have a way to freeze them and keep their body like nutrients, right? Keep the nutrients running inside their body so they can stay alive and stuff like that. It's an interesting concept, but man, the society that the guy made, it was like this is wild. Like the guy, it's kind of like it's interesting because kind of feels like it was kind of like the story felt like a play, not a play on, but like it felt like like it was trying to basically like it's like a commentary on cops, right? Because like cops are bitches and they pigs, okay? That's what the movie said. That's what the movie said, okay? The movie said that, not me. I'm just saying that it's what the movie is kind of saying. And it is interesting because the idea of a cop, like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just think it's the commentary on cops and how cops are kind of pointless now. But, you know, I won't say they're pointless, but with the way that the society has been built and how cop society has been built, yeah, they're pointless. But that's about it. That's all I want to say. It's a great movie. Definitely would watch it again. On like a random night if I see it. It's like one of those things like, oh, you want to watch a random movie? Sure, let's watch Demolition Man because why not? Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next review or whatever. Yeah, cool. Peace.